Hi everybody, it's Denise Lush here with another print to project. Today I'm going to be working on one sheet of Canson mixed media paper, and it's 14 by 17 inches and it's a 98-pound weight. So it's a big sheet of paper, and no, my gel plate is not going to cover the whole thing. And I'm using my 12 by 12 gel press plate, and I know I'm not going to be able to, get one pull on this big sheet of paper, but that's okay because I want a messy, grungy look all over the place. So this 12 by 12 will be fine. And to start, I'm going to go in with some stencils and some paint. So the first stencil I am going to use is by Balzer Designs. It's a Crafter's Workshop stencil and it's called Magic Ladder. And the first color I'm going to go in with, red. Now I don't actually want the full print of the stencil, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this in areas. I probably already used too much paint. I swear sometimes the first time that I pull out the gel plate, like my first one, it's like learning all over again. It's like I forget what I'm doing. Yeah, see, it's way too much paint. That's why it's always handy to have some scrap paper nearby. So then I'm going to lay down my stencil. I have another piece of scrap paper, and I actually don't want this, so I'm going to remove that paint. And I don't care if I don't get every little bit, because like I said, I like messy and grungy. I do not go for perfect prints. That's just not my style. So some of that, it's already dry. I do find the golden fluid paints, they dry a lot faster because they're really thin. But I love them. So I don't want that harsh line. Just getting rid of that. The next stencil I'm going to use is another Crafter's Workshop stencil, and it is by Rebekah Meier, and it's called Ink Print. And I'm going to use some titanium white. I'm going to try and put out less than I did before. I still got too much. I don't want to play with too much because I'm getting pink, and I do not want pink. I really want that bit, so I'm going to go weird on a diagonal. And again, just removing what I don't want. adding some more. So if the paint is dry enough, you can lift it off with your brayer, as long as your brayer is dry as well. Now I'm going to wait a little bit for this to dry, and then we'll come back in with our next layer. Okay, for the next layer, I'm going in with another Crafter's Workshop stencil by Rebekah Meier, and it is called Floral Radar. And what I really like, well, I like all of it because I love those lines and I love circles, but what I'm really after is for this graph looking part, the mesh looking. So I'm going to go in with some black, and again, try not to put out too much. And this stuff is so fluid that it is a little difficult controlling. That, and I always go back and do more when I probably should have stopped. I have to remember, a little goes a long way. Well, looks like I'm going to get some of that radar as well, which is totally fine. Just like I said, I really like it. Oh. And I am not getting what I wanted. I did this one backwards to what I wanted. I actually did want what was in there. So see, we all mess up. But I'm just going to go with it. So I'm actually pulling off what it was I wanted. And I'm going to have way too much black. That's okay. I will make it work. Yeah, it's way too much. I goofed on that one. And I'm not going to edit this out because I'm going to show you, okay, I messed up. This isn't what I wanted. I actually wanted the paint that was in the spaces. But I don't want to start all over. So what I'm going to do, like I still really like this, so I'm going to leave that there. And even some of this I really like. But where there's a lot, I'm going to wait for it to dry a little more and I'm going to brayer it off. See how it's lifting up? That's still a little bit wet, but I'm not going to take it all because, like I said, I like grunge. Okay, so this is going to take more than one pull. So for this first one, I'm going to leave it at that. And just going to wait a tiny bit longer. And to pull this, I'm going to use a neutral gray. And yes, I know I've been using golden, and this one is Liquitex, but there's no rules saying that you can't mix your paint. Okay. Well, I got grungy. That is some definite grunge going on. Very graffiti-like. Okay, so you can see I still have this area that's white and I want paint on all of it. So I'm going to go in and do the same steps. So there we have our background. I know right now it's probably looking, to some, I mean some may love these colors and how dark and grungy it looks, while others may be thinking, oh my gosh, that looks so dull. But don't worry. In part 2, we will play some more with this background and liven it up.